images in Photoshop. You see, one thing about Photoshop is that if you are designing the images too raw, it doesn't make it really nice. So as a pro, we have to bend images so that it makes it very interesting. So let's say this image that we have here, we want to blend this image. Let's choose a background. So let me go and choose any random background that I have here. So let me just use, okay, let me just use this. I think it's a library. Yeah, so we have this one here. So let me just use this background. Yes. And as I always say from my previous video, that Photoshop is like a story building. So the one on top will always be on top of the one down. Okay. So when you pull it down, it goes behind it. So now we have a background here. So now let's try and apply what we've learned in the previous videos. How to crop the image, the background. Okay. So let's do that here. Go to the crop image because we want the background to be large. So let's do that here. We crop, move it like this, as I showed you in my previous video how to crop image. So we've done the cropping here. So this is it. Okay. Yes. So now we have Isaac Newton, who is holding the dollar bill. Okay. So what we want to do now is that we want to blend this. We don't want him to appear. We want him to be part of the background. Okay. So when you come to this, you see we've written normal. As you can see, yes, this place we have normal here. Now when you pull it down, we have different ones, and this is where the blendings come into play. So you see any of them, you see the normal is the normal. When I go to dissolve, you see have effects. When I go to darken, so dissolve, darken, multiply is having something to do. Color burn, linear burn, that color, lighten, screen, color dodge, linear dodge, light color, overlay, soft light. So all these ones, they have their purposes. Okay, so it depends on the kind of design that you are making. Sometimes you need the overlay, sometimes you need a soft light, sometimes you need a pin light. Okay, so let's try and design something. So let me just take this background off and try and design something nice. So this is what we have now. So let's try, let me crop this. So let's crop the size is too big. The size is too big. So let's use the side. Okay, let's do the same thing here. Yes, so now we've cropped the whole screen or this whole sheet that we have. So we can move this one. So let's say we want to design something. So what we want to design is this one. We want to put this one here. Yes, so let's say we are designing a political flyer. So let's say he's running for something. So we put this one here. Then okay, so we are going to add tests. Okay, so let's say let's choose a background that will blend. So let's just use any plain background. I think that one was kind of clustered. So any plain background, let's choose any plain background. So let's go with coming. Okay, let's go with something. Let me go through my gallery and check nice backgrounds here. So let's try and use let's use this background. So there is a background that we have. So this is a background. So you're going to move this whole background. Let's move it to where this one is. So pull it down. Then let's enlarge it. Okay, so we have the background here. So what we're going to do next is that we want to blend this whole image. Okay, but we want this one to appear, but we want a different one to be at the background. So let's just duplicate this. So you have to duplicate. Okay, duplicate means that you just double it, you're making it 2. So we can just move this one. So if you want to move it fast, you just add shift plus the direction. Okay, if you go just the direction kind of slow, or you can just still move it using the mouse. Okay, so you want this one to be at the back, but I want to blend it. You don't want it to be so clear. That's where the blending comes in. Okay, yes, so with this you just go to, as I showed you earlier, so you go to normal here, you choose any of them. So you see the overlay, go to soft color, highlight. So let's go to overlay. So you see that overlay is at the back of it. It's not really clear. Okay. But some of the designs, maybe you don't want it to even show. This one is kind of showing. So you can go to the opacity, then you reduce it. So you see if I reduce it, it's actually vanishing. It's not really clear. Okay. When we come to the fill to reduce it small. And you see that it's reducing. So it's at the background, but it's the same two images, but we blended the other one behind the background. So this is how we do the blending modes. This is how we are able to blend the whole picture and all that. If you want to blend this one to the same process, you can go to multiply. So like this, you can reduce the opacity. You see, it is blending. So blending is not anything difficult. So normally, if you're designing flyers and or designing anything that you want to blend so that the design very interesting, you use these ones. Okay. And one our designing is that it's your own idea. So how you're going to blend it is your own idea. But how to do is what I've showed you. So if you're going to design something, you have the idea of blending something. This is a process that you should follow. Thank you once again for watching this video.